Are BTK inhibitors an option for mantle cell lymphoma? Imagine a treatment that targets the very signals cancer cells use to survive. That's what Bruton tyrosine kinase inhibitors do for mantle cell lymphoma, a type of non-Hodgkin lymphoma. Mantle cell lymphoma is a cancer that starts in B cells, a kind of white blood cell involved in the immune response. It often affects older adults and can be challenging to treat, especially if it comes back after initial therapy. BTK inhibitors such as Ibrutinib, acalabrutinib, and Zanubrutinib are now established options for managing mantle cell lymphoma. They work by blocking an enzyme called Bruton tyrosine kinase, which is crucial for B cell receptor signaling. This pathway helps malignant B cells grow and survive. By inhibiting this enzyme, these drugs can slow down or even shrink the cancer. Ibrutinib was the first BTK inhibitor approved for mantle cell lymphoma in 2013. It has shown high response rates, with about 67% of patients experiencing tumor reduction. These drugs are especially helpful for patients who have relapsed or who cannot tolerate aggressive chemotherapy. They often improve survival and quality of life for older or frail patients who might not handle intensive treatments well. Recent studies have also looked at using BTK inhibitors earlier in treatment. For example, the Phase 3 Triangle study tested adding Ibrutinib to standard chemoimmunotherapy before stem cell transplant. The results showed better response rates and longer periods without disease progression. This suggests that BTK inhibitors can boost the effectiveness of existing therapies and might even become part of initial treatment plans. Second-generation BTK inhibitors like Zanubrutinib are designed to be more selective, which may reduce side effects such as bleeding or irregular heartbeats that were sometimes seen with earlier drugs like Ibrutinib. Researchers are also developing new drugs like Ibrutinib, which can work in patients who develop resistance or cannot tolerate current BTK inhibitors. While these targeted therapies have revolutionized how we treat mantle cell lymphoma, they are not perfect. Some patients may develop resistance over time, and not everyone responds. That's why ongoing research is exploring other options, including cellular therapies like CAR T-cell treatment and bispecific antibodies, to help those who do not benefit from BTK inhibitors. In summary, BTK inhibitors are a valuable part of the treatment landscape for mantle cell lymphoma. They are approved for relapsed or refractory cases and are increasingly being studied for use earlier in treatment. They offer hope for better response rates and longer survival, all while providing a targeted approach that tends to be easier to tolerate than traditional chemotherapy. As always, treatment choices should be personalized and discussed thoroughly with a healthcare team to find the best approach for each individual.